Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike Green. I'm one of the owners of 1A Auto. I want to help you save time and money repairing and maintaining your vehicle. I'm going to use my 20+ years experience restoring and repairing cars and trucks like this to show you the correct way to install parts from 1AAuto.com. The right parts installed correctly. That's going to save you time and money. Thank you, and enjoy the video.
In this video, we replaced the blower motor resistor. The symptoms of one of these going bad is that your fan will work at certain speeds but not at others, and it's a pretty easy replacement. Tools you'll need are 8, 10, 11 millimeter sockets with ratchets and extensions, and that's all you should need. After that, the resistor should unplug and you should be able to replace it, but as you'll see on our vehicle and probably on a lot of vehicles, they corrode, and we ended up using flat blade screwdrivers and pliers to basically ruin the old resistor and break it apart to get it unplugged. Okay, inside the truck, turn the key on. Okay, now turn the ventilation on. And if you listen really carefully, you can hear the fan going. You can hear it go faster. Now when I go from 2 to 3, you can hear it really doesn't do anything. When I go to 4, obviously it really winds up. But there's nothing from 2 to 3. And actually the first time I got in this, when I turned it on, there was actually no fan 1, 2, and 3. And then 4 it started working, and the other speeds started working. So that was an indicator that my blower resistor was starting to go bad. Okay, first we're going to unbolt our radiator and washer fluid jar and just move it forward to give ourselves a little extra room back here. And it's 4 bolts, one there, another one on the side, and then another one down there. Use some penetrating oil, coat those 2 nuts down low. Those are 11 millimeter. I'm going to speed it up here as we remove those 2, and then the bolts that are up on the fender, or the ones up higher, are 10 millimeter, and we'll remove those as well. Okay, we're just going to pull this up and just kind of push it forward some. Okay, with that bottle out of the way, our resistor is this part right down here. And what we're going to want to do is, just to give ourselves a little room, is we'll disconnect our fan connection here, and then you'll see this little rubber, almost a rubber band. Take that off, which allows you to pull this tube out and off, and that just gives you a more clear shot. You can see there's one screw right there, 8 millimeter, and then there's another one on the other side, 8 millimeter. Okay, 8 millimeter socket with a ratchet and extension. And this far one's probably the most difficult, and I'm sure I'm blocking your view, but just get your wrench down there on it. Okay, I'm just going to speed up as I go to remove those 2 8 millimeter bolts. And one tip is just remove them most of the way with the wrench. As they start getting easy, reach down in there with your fingers and take them out the rest of the way so you don't drop them. Okay, once you get them a certain way out, you can reach in with your fingers. You want to avoid dropping them. And then pull the resistor straight out. Okay, now obviously you have to disconnect the resistor from the harness. And on this vehicle, and probably on most vehicles, they corrode very badly, and it makes it very difficult to get the resistor apart. So I'm actually just showing you the end here. What you can see is the resistor, it's already broken into a few pieces. Okay, you can see I'm just prying it off. I used needle nose pliers and other pliers, and basically just broke all the plastic around the resistor. Now you don't want to break the plastic that's part of the wiring harness of the car. You just want to break the plastic around the resistor, and then get a screwdriver in there and pry the connection out. You can see here I bring in even a bigger screwdriver. It's just really difficult to get that apart, and then I end up really breaking the resistor up and then grabbing some pliers to get the rest of it out. And now with the resistor out, I still have a little piece of the plastic housing that it's plugged into that I broke away, and then just a matter of actually can pull that off with my hands. And here, just use some more penetrant, spray it right into the terminal, just cleans things out.
Okay, new part from 1A Auto. It goes right in, plugs in. You can see that's how it should come apart. Okay, it goes right down.
As you're putting it down and in, you will notice that the resistor is shaped a certain way, and there are little kind of rectangles on the housing. So the resistor only goes in one way. So you get it in and then get one of the bolts started. And I'll fast forward here as again I'm starting those bolts and using my 8mm socket with my ratchet extension to tighten them up. You want to be careful, don't tighten them up too much. You don't want to strip the plastic housing. If you do that, then the bolts won't hold the resistor in there very well. So when you tighten them up, just you get them to kind of a firm point where you can start feeling them give some resistance, and then that's enough.
Okay. Push it back into the motor. Back on there and reconnect our fan motor. Turn our key on. Okay. Turn the system on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks good.
And again, we'll go into light speed here as we put the radiator and windshield washer bottle back in. Again, the 2 bolts that go into the fender are 10mm. The 2 bolts that are down, or the nuts that are down lower, are 11mm. Tighten those up. Again, don't over tighten them, nice and firm, and you should be good. We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.1aauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.